What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to our very first time playing The Outer Worlds on hard difficulty. If you are enjoying the series, make sure to leave a like. If you're not, make sure to leave a dislike. I appreciate all your feedback. And last time we left off, well, we are very close to exploring the entirety of Stellar Bay. We just have a few more buildings to clear, and then we have a few quests to go ahead and continue or finish up. Oh, nice. Well, there's the medicine. Nice and easy. Employee login. Williams. Patient records. Nyoka. Caffeinoid allotment standard. Medical engineer notes. Liver damage, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems, likely the result. Infrequent social withdrawal, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Kaige-O. Patient not found. Please try again. Data storage. Please enter the name of employees. Williams. Reacticism and pep you up? I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that is true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Bushberry extract and deliberol? After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eyes to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I woke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and a most curious craving for Toleritos. Costolarine, and triple dosage. Searching, file empty. Edwards. Stellar Bride. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working saltuna farmer from Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stellar Bay. Chapter 3, A Long Way from Arkansas. You can put your things here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. Breeze from the bay is real nice, just be careful about mantis swarms. As Abby went to take the room key, her finger brushed his. He had strong, rough hands, a Saltuna's farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been so kind, ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. The Passion Broker, a renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals, finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. Will he follow his head or his heart? Tall, dark, and handsome. Come on up, said the voice on the comm. It was dangerous and smooth in a way that reminded Broderick of iceberg-aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The hair rose along the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to a top-of-the-line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heater come from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eyes that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to Broderick. For me, he asked, trying to ignore the man's smoldering gaze. Indeed, the broker purred. I hear you're a man of bold taste. Broderick took his glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over darker eyes. That's why I've got a rare proposition for you. The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. Clinic of the Heart. A battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic in Monarch to heal his injuries, but when he meets Gail, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Healing touch. Fletcher held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear, yet here he remained, at the clinic, with her. He shook his head as if he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. Gale, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium, but I don't know how to leave, not after what we found together. Then stay, she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. I can certainly find a position for you here. Oh, laws, he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. Shh. The only law here is love. Create new account. Account setup requires a persistent connection to the central communications tower. Connection offline. Okie dokie then.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Are you in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited about your job.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Nothing for now, thanks. Okay, so we have one more building to explore, which is going to be back here. And then we can finish off these quests and finally head outside. Okay. Let's see. Is that gonna tell me where that's at? Yes. Secret people, go to Braxton's apartment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Braxton's like the dead guy. Right? No, Braxton's up top.
You again! You've really got to stop doing that!
I'm looking for Braxton. Have you seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Relax, no one's in trouble. I'm just looking to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
That's all I needed.
We're in agreement that this Braxton is probably dead, right?
Yeah. That would be my guess. Deliver the tossball poster to Grim. Let's go ahead and do this real quick.
You know, Vic, you starchier than a Spectrum potato, but you got a mean left hook, and I respect that.
Thanks, I think. Guess I could give you some pointers.
Yeah? All right, let's hear it.
Well, most significantly, aside from how you form and angle your fist, is that you cannot just punch with your arm. You must turn your upper body into it to generate any real force.
That sounds real complicated. I think I'll stick with the Millstone Special, which is when I kick a jackass square in the chest.
Feel like this is pretty funny. Alright, Mr. Grimm.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Give him the poster. Here it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Thanks, guy. Okay, what else do we have? Search the house. Velma to negotiate. Amber Heights. Where's this at? Alright, let's do this real quick. I want to talk to Nyoka last, since she's the main quest. Oh, we missed this place. Didn't we?
Bet they also...
We did miss this place.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
I'm not here to chat about teams.
That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here, when our frequency's not too clogged up anyway.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay really is a paradise.
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company. Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember that face.
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
Listen quietly.
You should stop by more often. The games are always better when you've got someone to celebrate with.
Sounds like a good time. I wouldn't mind bringing a couple drinks and settling in for the pennant match.
Look at me, getting carried away again. So, what can I do for you?
I found this betting slip in the dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
What did his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits, dietary and otherwise. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter, other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Okay, let's go talk to Elijah and his gang then. See what they got to say. See if they confess to their crimes.
Other than being called Vic?
You scienticians got no imagination. That's your problem.
I've imagined you being quiet. It was a nice daydream.
Everything always goes according to plan, right? Ain't that what scripture tells you?
Scripture also tells us to exercise patience in the presence of the young and the foolish. But I repeat myself.
Oh.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
You've bullied people long enough. If you know what's good for you, you'll clear out and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Yeah, it would have been nice to attack them, honestly, but I don't know about killing people in the streets, you know? I don't think that would go too well.
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but
I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Elijah and his hooligan friends. I ran them out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town.
I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them. Eventually.
Of course you would have.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
I meant Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I have to go. Okay, that's that quest done. Meet with Catherine. Can't we just look at, Jeez. Herrick's handiwork? Oh, convince Velma to negotiate. Okay, so we need to go talk to Velma again. We don't want to steal the guy's money. If this lady's stealing money, we need to confront her about it. She's hurting her employees.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
They're hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve some compensation for that?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work. Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to
Yep. I saw your accounts. You've been skimming money for years. You can afford to pay more.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show?
Ironic, isn't it?
I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another.
Well, it's a little hard to argue with that. That sounds remarkably like Caleb's argument.
Fine. Tell Caleb
Oh, it works.
he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
I'll talk to you later. Cool. I didn't expect that to work. Because we didn't use, like, a skill check.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a...
Talk about
Got
Velma.
an update for us? We can't afford to sit this out for too much longer. Know what I mean?
Velma was embezzling from MSI. She's agreed to up your wages in exchange for my silence.
Well, I'll be a Raptidon's dinner. Reckon I ought to listen to gossip more often. As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Level 20. Okay. Perks. We said we wanted to go for the dialogue skills. Boom. Let's go ahead and get that. $82 on Persuade. Let's go 5 more in lockpick. That gets you up to 83. But that's only with Felix around. I don't really care about... I mean, sneak attack damage is nice. But I don't really care about, like, the crouch movement speed. Silver Tongue Kit. Those are some nice bonuses. Let's get a few in tech. And then... yeah, let's get some more companion health going. Okay, what do we have here? Showtime, damage plus 25% for 5 seconds. Reduces the duration of harmful status effects. Chances of immediately resetting. Companion's ability when they get a killing blow. Let's go Showtime. Yeah, increase the damage dealt after performing their companion ability is pretty nice. I like that. Feel like that's a good ability. Alright, what else do we have in this area? Nothing. We just gotta talk to our girl here.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
I've got your magic pills. These things are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
So she is a companion. Felix, wait on the ship. We need Nyoka's help for now.
Long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
You look like a preacher. You a traveling vicar?
In a manner of speaking.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a rapt encampment. Hand still gripping it, too.
The plan unfolds as the plan unfolds. To vicar and layman alike.
A religious man and an alcoholic. What a party we got. Okay, Nyoka. Let's see what your special abilities are. Barrage. Uses a personally modified LMG to deal damage to a target and set enemies near it ablaze. Minus 30% armor rating for 15 seconds and deals burning damage. I have a feeling I'm gonna like this girl. She helps me with lie. I don't really care about radius of footsteps. Let's go armor rating. More damage to creatures. Damage after using a ability. Healed to 25% health when down. Oh nice, second wind. Companion takes damage, they gain some armor for a short time, stacks up to 3 times. Long winter, duration of status effects inflicted by companion abilities. Very solid. Alright, let's look at her gear. 35 armor. Ranged weapon spread, that's actually kind of nice for you. I feel. 35 armor is not bad. Stealth skills. Alright, you need an LMG. Spacer's Choice light machine gun. That's probably going to be the best option for you right now. That's probably going to be the best melee weapon. We want to leave the hammer for Parvati in case we bring her back into the party. Alright. Looking good. It's finally time to get out of Stellar Bray and explore the other side of the wild.
Yeah. Well, sort of. They kill him, but they leave the body till their swarm hatches and eats it. The first meal is their father.
Makes one appreciative he wasn't born a Mentosaur.
Slimy man like you might fit in just fine.
Okay. What's up?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Thanks for the compliment, I think.
I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous.
I'm honored you're asking, and I'm thrilled to accept. What can I do?
Really? Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
What do you need to do? How do you know they're dead?
I saw it happen. Hell, one of them was in my arms at the time.
That's sad.
His name was Hayes, and he's our first stop. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry.
Where's home?
A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Sounds fun, let's go. Yeah, it doesn't really sound fun. Okay, to Hayes then. Well, we probably want to do that first, yeah? This is gonna be a companion quest. Boom. But then if we look at... Okay. Secret people. Let's do this first. Search the house.
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
You'll get used to it. Give it 10 or 15 years. Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
One's done for. I'll take your confession now.
It feels so cool. Alright, well, we obviously got something up there, yeah? In the cave. Or is it just like a path? Let's go check it out real quick. Then we'll come back down. Gotta check all the sneaky corners of the map. Okay, nothing really going on here. Okay. Yeah, that just follows the road. Don't need to worry about that so much. At the moment. Nice, nice. Wow. That was solid. Solid work there. Not the sprat. Whoa. Got a gas mask on. Bye. That feels like a huge skeleton, dude. Like that guy looks gigantic. I wonder if that's real. Maybe it's just Halloween decorations. Alrighty. Ah, okay, this is the bridge we could have crossed.
Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
I believe this place has seen better days.
Hear that?
Whoa.
Down they go!
I am a storm!
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I like that one. Alright, let's see if dude's still alive. I can count on it. Mather residence. That looks like an interesting game.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
I'm looking for a man named Braxton. He supposedly came by here.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Are you sure you haven't seen Braxton? I heard he was delivering medicine to you.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home.
Are they
Dinner's
cannibals?
almost ready.
Something ain't right about this.
I agree.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner?
Looking for a man named Braxton.
Sorry, I'm not real good with, names.
Something wrong?
It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip. Other times, it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before?
Maybe I can help you.
That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
I'm gonna leave you alone now. Yeah, they gotta be cannibals, right?
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not?
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all means, just make yourself comfortable. Company is always a reason for cheer.
If you're so eager for company, why live all the way out here?
The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves.
What do you mean by that?
Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted.
They gotta be cannibals.
Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
Mm-hmm. Oh god, why is she just standing there? That's so creepy.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
Sorry, I was just looking around.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Your rocket candies?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
What other man?
I'm not telling you.
Calm down, I'm going now.
Spacer's Choice pills, they cure all your ills.
It's into the Monarch Wilderness. Yeah, this place don't feel right. Yep.
They sulfur-sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
It is unnatural, an affront to the grand plan.
Yep. We heard about the cannibals. Hecht Braxton, Ballard Velma, Chief Pescatological Health Manager, MSI. If lost, please return to Ballard Velma or current supervisor of MSI Fishery Operations in Stiller Bay. I don't like that she's gone now. That's kind of scary. That's creepy, dude.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
The murdering cannibal accuses me of being nosy?
Quickly, my dear. He's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
God, shit. Dude, she is hilarious.
Never anger a man of the cloth.
Good lord, this is brutal.
Dust to dust. Or in this case, bloody bones to bloody bones.
Ain't deserve to die so clean.
Nyoka might be my new favorite companion. Ah yes, the cannibals. Typical in a setting like this. Surrounded by marauders. Come on now, it only makes sense. How else would these people stay safe? Okie dokie. Family matter. Onward. To the next area we go.
Die first. Everyone all right?
It's just too easy. Not gonna lie, that light machine gun's looking pretty nice on her. She's doing a lot of damage. Boop.
Trouble work, Captain. Everyone all right?
Gosh darn.
Watch your feet. The sulfur pools don't just stink. They'll take your toe off.
Not my toe. My toe?
Don't mess with us!
Okay. To the next area. Painted Alpha. I don't want to waste all my durability on this gun. Oh, we're encumbered. Jeez. Supper time. Breakdown. I guess we can just, like, repair whenever. Can't we? I need to get back to my ship. That's what I need to do. Okay. Nothing too special. Sell all the junk. Nice. Frees up a decent amount of space for us. What do we have going on over here? Okay. Unauthorized access to this equipment may result in injury, death, or unemployment. Calibration progress, 0.04. Estimated time to completion, 341.7 days. Bye. Locked. Sealed. Okay. I'd assume we come back here another time. That would be my guess. Okay. Gets me every time. There's the mech. Just keep following the road. We'll eventually run into those guys.
Sometimes violence is the only way.
Boom. There's something going on over here. Take it. We will take it. And then, yeah, it's something stored up here. Alright, we gotta find the lady's son. Apparently. Yes, this is Amber Heights. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Interesting that, like, nobody's over here. Okay, well, let's see what the heck is inside Amber Heights.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it.
Who are the Iconoclasts?
Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems.
No problems? What about Raptidons or Marauders?
Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep.
One big happy family, huh?
That's a nice way to think about it. Graham would be our father. I suppose Zora might make a good mother if the two of them could stop arguing. You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like examples. We all ought to be more like them.
Tell me about Graham.
Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him, we came to the eternal truth. I'm glad you're asking, by the way. I hope you'll consider staying.
Tell me about Zora.
Well, she's been with us since the beginning. I think she was our sawbones back then, but now she's more like our commander. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she keeps us from being chewed on and whatnot. She's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll sew it back on for you.
Where can I find them?
Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Zora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually she's in the triage clinic next door.
Well, why are you here and not in Stellar Bay?
Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. Shoot, I wish I had a pamphlet to give you. It's all in there. I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died here. He calls it a spiritual metaphor, something about rising from the ashes.
Got it. Hey, before I go, I'm looking for Tucker. Have you seen him?
The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
Thanks, Rose. Let's see what's going on here. An agitator.
Carry on.
The folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff. Keen scavengers, I tell you.
Supplies. Branson. Alright, we can sell all this stuff. Picked up a second hammer. Alright, bud.
Welcome to the Emporium. I'm Bronson.
I'm Kaige-O. You run a store out here?
It ain't really a store. Think of me more like a quartermaster, and a chef, and a handyman, and whatever else we need.
You're a quartermaster for the Iconoclasts?
We gotta eat. Eating means hunting. Hunting means armaments. We used to let people take what they will, but then some idiot shot some other idiot over cards. So Zora set up a system. You fuck up, you don't get to buy gear. You play nice, you do.
Anything you need help with?
Yeah, plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a couple reports I need to follow up on. The pipes up on Milton's house burst. Someone needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat chewed through them, and now they're spitting lightning. Then there's the old guardhouse, outside town on the way to the old Bayside Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there.
Simple enough. I'll let you know when they're done.
I ought to tell you. Most of these systems are routed through one of our terminals. You might be able to handle some of them remotely if you know your way around a computer. We sent Milton out to check on the comms tower a while ago. Ain't heard back. I'd wager he got 8.
Where's this terminal?
Up the hill. It's right on the cliff's edge.
Okay, thanks for the tip. Let's see what you got for sale, buddy.
What are you buying?
Anything good, anything good. You do have a little bit of everything, don't you? Nothing too crazy in here. You got a cowboy hat. A back help. Cool.
I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Damned philosophists.
Bradford.
Ain't seen you before. You from one of the outer steads or what?
Independent freighter captain. I flew in.
Ain't you fancy? Well, I got 2 pieces of advice for surviving the dustback, friend. 1, don't let the dust get in nothing private. It's like 10% spores by volume. You'll be yanking out fungus by the handful. 2, you can't actually keep the dust out. Always carry antifungals. Sprays work okay, creams are better. You got nothing else? Vodka.
Graham's in charge, right?
In charge? Huh. We're Iconoclasts. Every soul a sovereign power. We do for each other on account of it needing to be done, not because some fancy-pants manager said to. Now, you want to rephrase that question, maybe ask who's respected hereabouts, I can give you a sensible answer.
Somebody's organizing things. You've posted guards.
Every soul here knows to keep a weather eye out. Everyone's lost somebody to the wildlife. That didn't stop Miss Zora from picking a few souls and imposing a schedule. Be here then, leave there later. Downright in Icon. Well, it ain't what we do. Take that on top of what happened on the northern expedition. She and Graham are exchanging harsher words than usual.
What makes Graham and Zora such a big deal?
When the monarchists wanted to settle down and play nice with the board, Graham was the one that took a stand. He's the reason we're here, breathing free air. Zora's our best sawbones. Nearly every soul here owes her their life. She's got funny ways, but they work.
Zora saved nearly everyone's life. Do you get into that much trouble?
Welcome to Monarch. The animals think you're tasty, the fungus thinks your lungs are a great place to plant spores. That ain't enough. Look at the sky. Olympus yanks this moon about like a drunk dancer. Storms to curl your hair and quakes to rattle your brain pan.
You said Graham and Zora argue a lot.
Well, sure. It's on account of how we all work. No iconoclast makes another do as they say just because. You gotta convince them. That Graham and Zora argue all the time just says the process is working. Vigorous intellectual debate. You see?
See you around. Alrighty, well, before we explore more of Amber Heights, we will be ending things here for today. As always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.